And the theme was the voices of our ancestors. Doesn't have to be biological ancestors. But Evelyn had a couple of good ideas, and I thought she should mention it.
Rogers Cable did an hour-long documentary called Lest We Forget, Canadians at Normandy. And the photographer and narrator, once they got it together, felt that it was lacking something. So they came to Don and said, we need something to add to this, the poignancy of this film about D-Day. And we wondered, could you create some poetry for D-Day? And Don, who was that age where he wasn't born for the First World War and too young for the Second, said, well, I don't know, I'll try. So he went to this library and he took out every book he could lay his hands on about D-Day. And he read them all, and some of them were diaries in actual words of the soldiers that experienced it. And then he started having nightmares. And the nightmares were, he was in the war, night after night. And then all of a sudden, he got up one morning and he said, I know what I'm going to do. And he started to write, and it just poured out. And he wrote about 8 poems about the war and D-Day, from all aspects, from the soldiers in the landing barges to the folks back home, and what it was like when it was over, and thought they'd never get home again. They waited and waited. It's great poetry, and I suggested to Ariadne that if she would like to give me a phone call on her next program, I would feature some of Don's war poetry in honor of Remembrance Day being November. So, just let me say this. The keynote poem in it is called D-Day and the Dawn, and I could just remember the first part, but this is what it's like. It's with me yet. I can't forget that D-Day and the dawn. Seasick, lashed with spray and numb with fear. It's the opening line.